Good morning, folks. It's 7:31 a.m. on the third day, third month, 2025, and you've got a little more time to react, to make decisions about this storm. It's going to be two very distinct areas that are going to get fucked by this storm, because the dynamics of the storm are going to require a few things to occur. And I'm just going to use this image to make a drawing. Right, I pretty much see these things coming towards the shore. Hey, there's so much EMF going up this coast. It's going to be very difficult for the actual center of this low to even come ashore. I said the words difficult, but not impossible. So over the next 36 hours, I'm expecting it to turn and come towards shore. And I'm looking for my, there it is, my little pen. Right, you get a beam up coast here, right? And it's kind of wide. And it's going to make it very difficult for this to, I should draw this a little different. There's a gap here created by the Grafton radar here. And the beam up the coast this direction here is going to park this storm. It's coming down to just about here. And she's coming in. She's going to come right over the top of Bribey Island. The eye, I'm expecting it to be hugely wide, but not severely strong as far as pressures go. And, well, if you look here, look how square. This is the center currently, this square object out here, and not round. And most people think this is the center, but that's incorrect. The rotation is up here. And so it's still got quite a distance to go till it gets over towards this island. And I think that's, is that Fraser Island? Burnt Pines over here. Yeah, and this thing here is going to have a lot to do with things, because I'm seeing some beams coming from it already that have set the guiding lines to get the action coming here. Because as the storm comes ashore, it has to do a couple things. It's dragging a lot of excess moisture it doesn't need with it. So it has to do an EMF cut move. And Grafton's doing it now. I'm right off the coast here. Let's see if we can nail it. This has got to come with it. I'm sorry about that. Get it to settle down. I wasn't planning on doing a forecast this morning, but I got so many questions that, what's it to me? I can relax later. Right. It ain't going any farther than this, in this direction. The slowdown spot's here, right? The center's up here. And then she comes in, and it's going to have a split happen where a good band of this moisture, like this, most of this down here, I mean, that's coming to Coughs and Dorigo and the waterfall areas. You're going to start to see it. Is that where... I don't have the town name showing here. And this is actually going to do landfall. She's going to park. She's going to park right about, let's see this beam line here? She's going to park right about there, and the low is going to be very wide, and the storm's going to go inland very far. Very far. But you see this EMF line here? It ain't going to go much further than that. And the split here is really put a lot of this coming ashore with the water, because the main water for this storm is down here. That's coming ashore, not up here. Right, you see where those dots appeared? Now I'm going to do another mark. And then I'm going to go over to the... put that down. Bonavicich. I want a hotkey for that one. Right, so she'll park there. But we got to remember, the low is here. It ain't that big mess you're looking at. It's right over here. Okay? So we look at this beam here. See the conicity to it? If I zoom in here, right in the center, you're going to see some action here. And there's something here deploying. So it's deploying EMF and stuff that is making chemical trails in the sky as they put the catalyst for cloud nuclei condensates to form. Yeah, come on, doctor from BOM. You going to start teaching plasma physics yet? Your people are ready for it. Because once you're talking geoengineering, you're talking you could just see barely picking it up. There's a little haze on the top deck, causing a secondary flow right here. See that? This is bad. So that cuts the tendril in half. So you guys got your own action coming down here, Coffs, and you're coming from the other direction. You're coming from here. This is the part that's for you. Again, I'll mark again. And then I'm going to go through some of the terrible totals, and they're absolutely devastating. You know, we're around 3 years ago right now. The area that's about to get flooded was flooded. And it's terrible. It really is. There's a lot of plans going to have to get made. I need to have the town names on. Hang on a minute. This would help you guys a lot. You see, it's not loading very well. That should give me every motherfucking town. There's Coffs right here. All right. So I'm going to mark that. Newcastle, you're beaming. Some of this could come your way as well. But you see this line right here? Off the coast? That's slowing things down. And it's going to park over here. It's going to sit there for about 36 hours. And it's packing a lot of water with it. But this over here is that's coming to you. There's a line right here. And that's coming to Coffs. Yeah, that's the separation boundaries right here. You see that there? Grafton has kept your totals down. And it's beaming right now. In this image, I can see its pulse right here. Look at all the EMF right around it, because I believe there's a little north of the city. If I could take the lines and draw it right towards the station. So, let's go have a look. Let's see who's how fucked. The sun is setting. It's mighty like a stop sign out there, huh? That second one, because this is in front of this, dragging this along. See, the low is here. And all that cloud mass is going to get worked into a feeder band, and it's going to fuck you guys. It's going to fuck you hard, but it's not going to fuck you dry. Look at all the EMF here blasting through this storm. Bzzz, bzzz. What's it all about, Alfie? It's got a hard on for us. I bet they don't ask for its visa when it comes from international waters. Look at all the crap in the center. And the reason it's got that color is it would be a temperature is what this one shows. So that'll be about 58 below 0 Celsius. Mighty chemmy looking in here. It's not a round eye, but it's barely even a tropical cyclone now. Yeah, it's not going to be no Cat 3s. It's the water that's going to be your problems. And the winds I'm not seeing being a huge factor inland, though with these type storms you're going to get the gusts, and with weather manipulation and land grabs, well, only the map maker knows where the chem bombs go. You see that there? Boy, did that save the ass of these people up here. Yep. So, let's roll it. Yeah, I'm going to show you this one here is fair accurate. So let's show it to you with the pressures on it. Once in a while I'll show you the current winds and all that shit. But really, what you're going to have to deal with is the water. So, turn this off and go to the store. Get what you need. Get your asses at home. What do you really need? How many loaves of bread that will last 5 or 6 days in this damp climate? You'd be lucky to have 2 days on a loaf of bread at counter and eyes without it molding up. Unless you buy the commercial bread, and it's like a year later, there it is. Oh, wow. No mold. Fuck, I'm almost out of cigarettes. This is bad. I have to go get amongst the muggles. Here we go. Here comes the batch. And this puts it at about 9 o'clock in the morning. Australia time. Actually, this one here is, I was saying by 9 a.m., you guys are in the shit. You see this here on Tuesday? You're going to get your initial rains. That's not the storm. That's common. And this puts you through, well, it's about middle of the afternoon on Tuesday. But by Wednesday 9 a.m., you're really going to start seeing some tendrils coming. Carves, you've already started picking up some totals, but it's going to spit this big tendrils coming your way from over here. Right? This is a bad situation, and I'm going to show you the totals. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Split the flow. That means that's going to take Gimpy's going to have to beam on Wednesday to do this. So I'm going to be looking for that. It's got to put a hard beam off the coast, and it's just going to hold it. Hold it in the EMF, hold it. That tendril just absolutely hammering this coastline down here. This is going to be some bad totals, and it's going to be a wide swath. I'm going to have to do this in two stripes here. KMC coughs, yeah, right into that trough where that boundary line has been placed that you can see in these clouds up here. There's a line. Comes right through here. And it'll be about as far inland as this is going to be allowed to go. About here. So we're looking down here. See this here? It's about as far inland as that can go. It's going to have a hard time coming down here because you see this beam here? See the curve to it? That's forcing air that direction. See it right here? So I know that's shut. That's shut. This coastline is shut. Nothing's coming there of major proportions. It's all here. So here's your swath. And the scatter where it'll throw some rain. You see this pattern through here? Ain't coming here. Again, you got another one of those going on. And the main line here, I'll call it back to here. That's Grafton, isn't it? So the main fucker, if you look here, you see this massive plasma here? Boy, are you guys going to get some heavy totals through here. Really heavy totals, just from judging this. There. Pockets are going to appear. These are going to be the heavier pockets I just circled. I can see it in the clouds. Are you guys getting lucky? Real lucky? The EMF lines here are already in place. It's going to park. That's where the top edge of the storm's going to go. So how wide is this cunt? Let's find out. According to this image here. The real low of this one here is about, I think it was about 250 miles. I'll do it in clicks. The low is from here, and the storm is about that wide. It's down to about there. I can see the curve right about there. That's how wide it is from the center of the low out. So 250 clicks from the parking zone. Okay, let's clear this one. So, I think she's coming here. 250. This is the center line. We already know she's only going to hit. She's going to pinch here, right? She's pinching here. Yeah, I want to know how far down here the water's coming. See right there? See this line? Right here, Broom's Head? Yeah, this is probably about the line you're going to face. The main line of the worst water is probably all the way through just past Evans Head down here. This is going to be a wide area of coverage for this thing to rain down into. And the center of the low parked over here, right off the coast. Probably right about here. See where that crush is? Yeah, that's a good spot. That's a good spot too, right there. So I'm just reading the clouds now. I'm just seeing the likelihood of them parking it there. That it's likely. Okay, well, let's see who's fucked and how bad. Move. It's just parking, man. The logo's inland, and the water finally comes behind it. So really, you ain't getting much action up, even up as far as Bundy, until you're getting into the weekend, right? And then the wets are there. See this? Wet, 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 wet. And that pattern's going to continue because, again, you got that high pressure lock with this wonderful Antarctic reactionary air coming in. It's going to lead to some fair totals. Looks like you got some thunderstorm action coming through your area there, Perth, heading into the 13th. But it's Thursday the 13th. That should make it better. Yeah, some action over there for Tassie as well. The chem was terrible today. Temperatures wise, some of them nights. Right now, the roaster has to come on out west to hold everything off. And it is well roasted. The fine, dark, roasted desert sand. We're not talking coffee there. How's the wind's doing right this minute? Right this fucking minute. We don't even have a cyclone. We have, this is one of the highest winds should be here. Nah, we have a tropical storm. Until it hits 38 miles an hour, it won't be downgraded. And I expect this to stay tropical storm all the way to the coast. I'm not expecting no big category high, nothing. Okay, so calm your farms. But it's going to be dangerous, right? These winds on shore over here ain't no joke. And it's going to be gusty. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be flying about. Branches are going to fall. Birds are going to lose their homes. And some idiot will be down there, Mary Poppins, in it with an umbrella down by the shoreline for my general amusement. Because I will be turning these cameras on. Because it'll be a daytime storm, thank God, when initially the shit hits the fan. But there's going to be some bad nights where you're going to hear a lot of noises and a lot of wind and a lot of rain. But, if you're ready for this, you're ready. And if you're in this area here, get ready now. Know what happens during floods. Know what happens. Because here's where your rains are first coming in. And about that time I said. And when I see totals like this, and we'll get more knowings about these exact totals that are over a half a meter in these areas here, you're fucked. Right, this one here says the beam's holding it more towards the coast. But that's fair accurate. When I come down here to Crofts, it's panning out as well. Out there through the waterfall area, right in that passage that is being created. And like I said, you get yours sooner rather than later. So you got to get ready back there. And all this water's going to run your way. So anything that comes after this is still running there. It's got to get out to sea. And so you got a lot of things to contend with here as I look at the totals from now. Let's just say your 10-day totals are, I'll take you through to the 10th and 11th. This is a devastating sweat to water for you guys. You're definitely fucked through these mountain areas. And if you ain't ready for it, you ain't ready for it. I can't fix that shit. Yeah, this is bad. All these mountains are going to run. All these streams, like this one over here in Briarfields, its water's running somewhere else. Right? You think it's going to have an easy time getting around this corner here? You don't think this neighborhood over, whose house is this? Off of South Arm Road. You better react. I know you got a little bit of a hill here, but that thing could take a shortcut across real quick. You got to know. This is where your local information matters. So Urunga might be Urunga water. Unga bunga Urunga. Holy fucking shit. And all their water's coming your way. You better react. You're fucked. Yeah, you're fucked. Have you been told you're fucked yet over here at Kookaburra? Kookaburra underwater gum tree. Fucking hell. Yeah, these mountains are going to comp it. And that means all the flash floods on these roads that come with it. You don't want to be out on them. You don't want to be out on these roads for this event. There's nothing you need that bad to be out on. What road is this? Let's see if I can get it to load. Oh, the Hastings Forest Way. You won't be up there while this shit's going down because you may be above the valley, but it don't mean that all this shit coming over here from all them meters above you ain't coming your way. Or that road's going to handle this wash that's going downhill here towards this creek, right? All this stuff from this peak here's coming down this way through this whole road. You won't be out on that. You won't be out over here at What the hell is this over here at the edge of it? You're going to have to send the water around yourself. Like you said, you make yourself a dam up here to send the water somewhere else because these people are in a lot of trouble. You're fucked. Pigeon type. That's a cool name. I think as down the hill, Pigeon's bottom. Pigeon's going to have wet bottom. Hey, New England National Park. You're going to get wet, man. Little Murray. Oh, gosh. Yeah, all your water's running down towards this creek, this road down here. So the B-78, yeah, how, will it to be or not to be? How are the roads going to handle it? You're going to have to know this shit. And I ain't even got up north yet. There's hundreds and hundreds of miles of shit that's been affected by this. Hundreds of miles. It is a major flood. They wouldn't know where to go first. I imagine they'll be stationing people up on the border areas around here to come in and fix your electrics. I ain't showing you the worst one. This is the worst case scenario for your area. Right, as the water backs in this mountain, what are you going to do, UK? Is this lake going to handle it? A clear hole dam, are you letting water out yet? And all that comes down here? And out here when they can't handle it? UK's beautiful, love it there. Yeah, you got to get ready, man. They got a great cafe in there to get good vegan desserts. Yeah, just if that Knox Park where I've sat a few times, it's going to be mighty wet over there with this creek coming out. Mighty wet there, folks. So you're going to have to be ready for this because you're fucked. Kingscliff, fucked. Fucked. Hasty Point, fucked. Crab Creek, fucked. Fernvale, fuck. This is the worst case scenario on it. Look at this tendril coming inland here. See it? That's over 1/2 meter of water coming. I think that's a conservative total. Yep. Fuck. So they're forcing the tendril up and in. That's going to take a beam up the coast from Marburg radar over here, or the one at the airport. Yeah, this is bad. This is very, very, very bad. So what do we got to do? We got to remain vigilant. That don't seem right. They're having to do that, the low has to park lower. And here's your fuckery, man. This is bad times for Ridgemont High. Look like a bit of an event showing up for Sydney. Here, the back end. They're going to have to spit the tail off that storm when it comes in. They're going to have to do it. So that's what I want to show today. I can have a quick peek and see if there's any manipulation in the eye going on that I haven't already seen. I can give you a why not. Let's see if they're even matching statistics. Yeah, they got it downgraded to a tropical storm. You can't even get the winds right. Look. How many choices? You think that's one thing that will be definitive. Oops, that's a data thing. I'll have to use a mouse. I should have prepared this ahead of time. Yeah, but it's nice to watch it load. 745's animation. Let's look. Let's see what's going on. It'll load frame by frame. Okay, we got a beam on that side. That's a guiding line. I'm looking for whipping down here. Now, there's nothing major going on to increase the speed of this storm. That's a guiding line is here and here, and they're panning it ashore. And that's what that's showing. Okay, wasn't it like the other day? And other than that, there are no tropical cyclones on the planet. You only have one other tropical storm, not even an invest area. That's always great news. But this is not. This is not great news. That's from Friday through the weekend. See, this is a long event, right? These totals here are, I could do these now in some 24-hour banks here. See if I can get that right. That's at 24 hours. So these are some of what you're going to be expecting. That's like Friday through Saturday. The never-ending story. But this is a bad moment here. When this comes ashore here, oh, that's a hell of a tendril coming ashore here, folks. Hell of a tendril. just between that Thursday. And this is the main storm coming in. You got a lot to contend with. So I showed you who's fucked, but you're not fucked. Why? Because information is power, and you are empowered. Yeah, power to the people. I like this better because it's not the terrible totals that Access is showing. But Access has been fairly spot on with this storm, and it's going to split two tendrils, and it's not looking good for South Queensland at all, or Goldie right in the border region. And Northern Rivers batting down the hatches, a lot of water coming your way. Big love, stay safe, stay informed, peace.